Facebook is very, very strongly leaning towards its users, okay, its community. So it will not bend over backwards to help an advertiser or advertisers in general when that means sacrificing the experience of their users. Now, they are, don't get me wrong, they are advertiser friendly. They're more than happy to help you make some money and get some more traffic. They're not afraid to ban people either. They're not afraid to ban advertisers. They're not afraid to reject ads. But they do want to work with you without compromising their users' experience. Okay, so you have to understand that. Let's talk about some of the basic Facebook rules. There really are a lot of rules. You can read the guidelines that they have for ads, and you can check out all of that stuff. But there's a few things that we really need to have nailed down pretty good. One of those is your destination URLs. The landing page, or where you actually send the traffic when they click that ad. That landing page is very, very important as far as Facebook is concerned. And if you mess up on the landing page, they can get your ad rejected just for that. They'll reject you if they don't like the ad. The URL has to be the actual domain that is in your ad. Okay, you can't do any kind of redirect kind of stuff. You need to send them exactly there. It's got to have, the landing page has to have the information that the ad is talking about. So nothing misleading at all. And they are, they're checking this out. They're not just letting it go and an Autobot checks it out. They're going to check it out. They're not going to tolerate pop-ups, pop-overs, pop-unders, any of that kind of stuff. Mouse trapping, fake closing pages, none of that stuff is allowed. You can request, personal information like emails and names and stuff like that, but only, for the purpose of a legitimate transaction. You're not going to, if you harvest people's emails and sell them, you're going to get in a lot of trouble. References to Facebook. They're a little bit picky about how their name is used, okay? Like, for example, you can say, now on Facebook. That's fine. But if you give any inkling whatsoever that Facebook is endorsing your product, then you're going to find yourself in a lot of trouble. And that goes for the ads and landing pages. The copy in your ads cannot ever be misleading whatsoever. It needs to be very clear, and you can't have any unsubstantiated claims. Otherwise, the ad is going to get rejected by Facebook. You can't threaten, insult, harass people. Autoplay ads, can't have that. And you got to be careful about even the language that you use. You need to use proper language. Facebook also has some types of content in ads that it will ban. If the advertisement seems that it's misleading, deceptive, or just not true. Also, they don't allow profanity. They don't allow slanderous comments, tobacco products, firearms, weapons, that kind of stuff. I think we've already covered that. No scams, no hate speech, and things that are related to that. It's pretty well understood, I think, that kind of stuff. So, hopefully your business doesn't have to do with any of that. You've also got to watch your targeting, who you're targeting. They don't allow, for example, alcohol advertisements that target people in countries where the targeted audience is under the legal drinking age. Advertisements about contraceptives and things like that. You can only target 18 and up. So if you think that your, whatever it is that you're promoting is one of those questionable things, then you definitely need to check out, their rules, read up on that, and make sure that everything's going to be okay. Now let's look at some of the standards that Facebook gives us. The good news is they really don't have a lot of fine print. Okay, it's all pretty much above board. but you might want to glance over the requirements and read them so you can just, it might save you a lot of frustration later on. So you have a good idea of what's required and what you can and can't do. So go ahead and, give the requirements a little read. It's not very long, fortunately. First thing you want to do is check out your landing page in great detail. A lot of times, at least most of the time, I do it myself, advertisers create their landing pages before they try to do an ad campaign, right? So what you got to do is make it a point that until you are very familiar with what Facebook is going to allow, you got to make it a point to go back and check out that landing page, make sure that it falls, within the guidelines. After you know these requirements, then the next time you want to create a landing page, you're probably going to be a little bit more careful. And you wouldn't be the first person to create a landing page and then create a different one, specially modified for Facebook, that makes sure that it meets the requirements. Make sure that your ad copy is straightforward, everything. You can't have anything false or misleading. Say who you are, what you're doing, why the user needs to click through and check out your product. Just keep it simple and focused, and you should get approved very quickly. Watch your grammar. Facebook is actually very serious about the proper use of language in its ads. So you need to make sure you don't have any spelling mistakes, use the right sentences and spacing and sentence structure and things like that. Just, as if you were trying to make your English teacher happy. You don't want to do things like capitalize every letter in a word just to emphasize it. They don't like that. And now here's one that is a bit different than Google, the use of symbols. A lot of times we try to use a $sign or something, or a pound or something to draw attention. Don't get cute with your Facebook ads. They just don't like it. Correct targeting. You want to be very careful that you select the desired target audience that ad copy is going to be relevant to and acceptable. Again, you try to target 15-year-olds with contraceptive products and you're going to be in big trouble, okay? As far as the ad's not going to make it. And you might get yourself to the point that they, just ban your account entirely. Make sure you review your account information. Once you've got that ad ready to go, take time to fill out everything else. Make sure all your ducks are in a row there. Payment problems, account information that's not valid, that can hold up your ads. And let's say that you accidentally did a wrong phone number and they try to contact you and it doesn't go through, and they're going to get suspicious. It's going to cause all kinds of problems and headaches. Okay, so just review your information, make sure it's all accurate. Now, let's get a little bit more specific on the landing page itself. Your advertisement copy is very important, right? Just as important is your landing page, possibly even more, because this is going to impact your ability to gain approval from Facebook. Obviously, the landing page also is going to affect your ability to close sales, to make money, to do what you're trying to do with the traffic in the first place. So, it doesn't matter if you got to balance this. You got to meet Facebook requirements and you got to be able to sell, whether you're selling an opt-in or selling a product. If you haven't made your landing page yet, or you're going to be reviewing it to make sure that it's qualified for Facebook, double check your copy. Okay? That is essentially an extension of your ad. If your ad talks about children's shoes on sale, then the landing page needs to have children's shoes as its main focus. So keep the ad landing page relationship very relevant. Again, you cannot have any pop-ups. You want a very clean landing page that focuses on one thing, either selling your product or selling somebody else's product as an affiliate. If there are any popovers, pop-unders, any of that kind of stuff, they got to come off of there because you're not going to get approved. You might even have to create, a whole new landing page specifically for Facebook that does not feature the pop-ups. Because pop-ups are powerful, okay? Let's just admit that. They do work. So if you're going to use them in your marketing in other aspects, then that means you're just going to have to create another copy of that page without the pop-up and send your Facebook traffic there. You want to make sure that any images that you use on your landing page are appropriate. And I would say use images. You want to create a good user experience, but you don't want to violate any of Facebook's policies. So the things that the kinds of content that Facebook does not approve of, you don't want that on your landing page. Make sure that all your copy on the landing page is very clear and defined as far as what its purpose is. That's better for your Facebook approval, and actually it helps you close sales. If you have 100,000 hits come to your website, but your landing page can't convert that traffic, then it's not really doing you any good. And let's talk a little bit about that, closing the deal with your landing page. You want your pages to be visually appealing. The wording itself is what's going to, sell whatever it is that you're trying to promote. And when I say sell, I'm not necessarily talking about making money. I'm talking about whatever your call to action is on that landing page. If it's to get an opt-in, or if it's to, get somebody to sign up for something, get them to join, get them to buy right there, get them to check something else out. Whatever your call to action is, your words are going to sell that. But the graphics that are on the page, they need to be clean, professional, and support that. They need to lend a helpful hand to creating something that is visually, aesthetically, something that we would like to look at. You don't want to make crazy wild colors that make people nauseous. You don't want the website to be super busy. You just want a nice, clean, direct, attractive, eye-pleasing type landing page. Something that somebody can come there and it's not going to hurt them to continue looking at your page, right? And believe it or not, I see lots of these on the internet still today. So images and video do sell. If you're going to sell products, your landing page needs to have some very nice, attractive pictures of those products. And if a picture is worth 1,000 words, then a video is worth 1,000 pictures. So definitely want to consider that. You want your ad to be focused and your landing page to be focused and relevant. One thing that advertisers have tried to do on occasion is have an ad that is somewhat misleading. When people come to the landing page, they find out, wow, this is something totally different, and I'm not sure what to do, and I'm not even sure that I'm interested in this, and I definitely don't know what to do next. The worst thing that you could possibly have is, and you think this is straightforward, right? But the worst thing you could possibly have is where somebody comes to a page and they're like, yeah, I think I need that. What do I do? And they don't know what to do next. And believe it or not, that does happen. So definitely a defined call to action telling them what to do is something that is critical for your landing page. A lot of times, having less content on a landing page can actually be more effective. So carefully selecting images or videos, carefully selecting the wording that you use, and not cluttering the landing page up and making it very easy to see what it is that I need to do. Making it easy also to digest the landing page. Making it easy to go through it. This is all wrapped up together, not only in making it aesthetically pleasing, but in selecting powerful phrases. Okay, you can say more a lot of times with 5 words than you can say with a paragraph if you don't think it through. So less is more, and keep it simple, right? The KISS scenario, keep it simple, stupid, or something like that. Or keep it stupid, simple. That's a good one too. You have to kind of balance things out for the lowest common denominator, right? And a lot of times what I find is having a landing page that's all cluttered up with just you want to cram everything in there about your product. It usually hurts you, okay? Same thing goes for making wild, outlandish claims. A lot of times that hurts you. If you throw in a bunch of hype and stuff, they're not, most of them aren't going to buy it. Yeah, there are some people in the world that fall for that kind of stuff, but I don't think most of them do. So keep things simple and easy. If you got signups, if you've got order buttons, anything like that, make sure they're very visible above the fold and attractive and right there, and it's pretty obvious what to do with them. Okay? So now that you're kind of up to speed on what Facebook's requirements are and got some ideas of what needs to go into your ad and landing page, in the next video let's talk about the actual anatomy of a Facebook ad.